Bonjour everyone, today we will be making something a little bit different than usual because we will be cooking and vintage cooking. So I will show you how to make a crepe recipe from 1954 by the chef Raymond Oliver. So without further ado, let's get going. So the first step in this recipe is to have 1/4 of a liter of milk. So this one is actually whole milk and fresh milk. This is better if you can find some like this. So you put this in a saucepan. In this saucepan you will add the salt, the white sugar as well. Also, you will add 2 vanilla pods. But before putting them in the saucepan, you will need to slice them in half. And again in half. So this pod go in the milk. And the milk needs to be boiled. Right when it boils, you remove it from the heat and then we will add some fresh butter in there. Now I will be boiling the milk and I'll be back. So now that the milk is just boiled, we will let it cool just a little bit and we'll take care of the preparation for the crepe. So you need to take a large bowl for this. In this large bowl we will put the flour, all-purpose flour. And you need to make a well inside this flour, because inside we will add 8 eggs. Before adding the eggs, we'll add the oil, vegetable oil in there. So this recipe is for 4 to 6 people. So the eggs, 8 eggs, doesn't seem that much then. So now we add the whole eggs. When we are done with the eggs, which we are almost done with, we will give this a whisk. At this point, we'll have quite a thick paste, which is totally normal. If you have an even larger bowl, you can actually use it, it will be easier to whisk in. If you have some bits of flours in there, it's alright, we'll take care of it later, especially when we'll add the milk. It will become smoother. Now we just need to incorporate all the flour. So you see it's quite thick. And now for a couple of minutes we need to whisk it vigorously to have more liquidy paste, more smooth. So you see we are starting to get something quite elastic, which is good, but we need a little bit more whisking. Yes, now it's a good consistency. Now we set this aside for a little bit. We take back the milk, which is still quite warm, and we will add the butter. So in smaller pieces it's easier to melt, so this is what we'll do. And now we mix so that the butter melts perfectly in the milk, as you can see here. But this step is really important not to do it on the heat, because the butter will cook otherwise, and we do not want that. We just want it to melt really softly and slowly. Otherwise the fat would separate from the butter and you will actually see kind of a coat of fat, and this is definitely not what we want. We just want something really homogeneous. And don't be afraid of this recipe actually, because it seems quite fat. Well, it is fat. The most interesting part is coming actually right after this, because there is a lot of alcohol incorporated in the dough, which we don't do that anymore in France, actually not as much, and I was really interested to see. I've done this recipe once already, And I can say these are the best crepe I ever had. Seriously, you really should give it a try. Once the butter is fully melted in the milk preparation, we will add it to the dough we prepared just earlier, but not all in once. So, and be careful not to put the vanilla pods in there. Well, if you do, it's alright, we just need to take them back. So now we'll start incorporating. Second time. So this dough has to be really liquid. So this is definitely not enough. This is why we'll add the alcohol. And don't worry, the alcohol is actually evaporating when you cook it. And those crepes are gonna be really thin. So it's important to make them thin because there is a lot of alcohol. And when they are thin, when they cook, the alcohol is going to evaporate. So you still feel the alcohol, but normally the alcohol is not there anymore if they are fully cooked. So now I can accelerate a little bit to incorporate better everything together. And I will add the last of the milk. Here we are. And we can start accelerating a little bit. And don't worry if you have some small pieces, because the next step we are going to get rid of them. So you see the dough is quite still thick now. It's more liquid than pancake dough, but still it's too thick for what we want to achieve today. So at this point we will add the alcohol. And first we will add some anise. So Ricard or pastis alcohol are both alright. So this is anise liqueur. For this recipe, we will actually need 1/4 liter of alcohol, which is quite a lot, I agree with you. We will need anise liqueur and white rum. So the proportions are 1/3 of anise and 2/3 of rum, pretty much it. So here we are, 1/4 liter of alcohol with 2/3 of rum. And now we start incorporating in the mix. And don't worry if you're not a big fan of anise, like I don't like anise at all. This will just give a hint of freshness in your crepe. And you can always add a little bit less and add more rum. But I really advise to try and add some in there because it really adds something to the dough. Here we are, and now I whisk again until everything is incorporated properly. So here we have quite a liquidy dough, but it's still not liquid enough for us. And at this point we will add beer. So this is a light beer. And now the challenge is to actually manage to open it, which I'm definitely not good at. Champagne is okay, but I don't know, beer and cider, I can never manage to. Don't know why. Okay, now I managed to open it. So I will add the beer, and don't be greedy here. We need quite a lot of beer. And it's better to take beer from a bottle here. And it needs to be like the other alcohol as well, but especially the beer, at room temperature. Neither hot, neither cold. So here we whisk. And the beer will really help to give really some lightness to the crepe. And right now it's still not liquid enough. I know it's a lot. It's really a lot. We need some more. Alright, I think. Yes. So it needs to be almost as clear as water, so really watery. It's really different from the regular crepe recipe. It's getting good. Once we are done with this, we need to strain the preparation so we don't have any thick pieces, just in case. So I take a big bowl here, a strainer, and I pour everything in there. So now we need to strain everything out. And we need to see if it's liquid enough at this point. How do we see this? We take a ladle. So it's quite liquid, yes, and here the dough stays too much on the back of the ladle, so we need to add a little bit more beer. You guessed it. Let's see now. And I really advise you to watch the YouTube video. I will put it in the description. There is a short version, and which is quite of a compilation, and the longer one, which is like the TBIG program of 1954 with Raymond Oliver. And you will see, well, it's in French, but just watching it is really a lot of fun. You will see how much alcohol he adds, well, just like I did, but it's really worth a watch. So how it is now? It's getting better. We could add a little bit more beer. It could be even a bit more liquidy, but I think it's good. So I think we will stop here for now. We can still add a little bit more during the cooking process if we see we don't have enough. But I think we're good. This crepe mix here, you could use it right away or let it rest just a little bit, maybe like for half an hour, and it will get even better. So I will see you back in 30 minutes time and start the cooking process. It's now been around half an hour of resting for the crepe mix, and it looks really good, and especially it smells amazing. Well, quite alcoholic, but it smells really good. And for cooking the crepe, we need a crêpière, as we call in French. If you don't have a special pan for the crepe, you can use any pan you have. This one is quite wide. You can also use 15 or maybe 20 centimeters would be the best for dessert crepe. And now we will turn on the heat to a medium-high heat. And the important thing here for this recipe is not to put any oil or any butter in the pan, because you have enough in the dough, right? And the second thing to know for cooking this crepe is you don't flip them over, you just do it by hand, because they will be very thin and quite moist, so you can't flip them. So just turn them manually and put them on your plate when you're finished. So now we wait for the pan to get quite hot. Yes, now it's getting hot. So you just give a little stir, because the vanilla is on the top. And this is quite a wide spatula, so you don't need a full spatula, maybe like 2/3 of it is good. And then you go in the middle and you turn it so there is no hole in your crepe. Actually, the pan was not hot enough, but one thing we say in France is the first crepe is always a bad one. So don't worry about it. It's to experiment and to see how it goes, and then the second one will be the good one. Now it starts to bubble, so this is a good sign. And the smell you have is amazing. You have all the alcohol coming right to your nostrils. It smells really nice. I hope I won't get drunk. But yeah, anyway, it smells really good though. So now I wait for the sides to get a little crunchy, just a little bit, so I can take this and, you see, unstick it, but now it's a little bit too moist still, so I have to wait a little bit more. Yeah, now it's getting good, you see? It shouldn't need a lot of work, just have to be careful because this is a moist crepe and quite a fragile one. Still now it's a little bit still too sticky, it's not hot enough. I check the color, it's just slightly golden, I will show you. It's not, yeah, this side is even whiter. It will be faster for the next ones, don't worry about it. I think now is the time to flip it over. Here we are. And you see the color is really nice. It's thanks to the oil and especially the butter in the mix. Now we wait a little bit so that it gets golden as well here. So So I will just show you for a couple of crepes and I will show you how to prepare them for eating, because this is the most important part, right? Here it's a nice golden color and then I will put it on the plate. Here it's getting warm again, I mix. I will turn the heat a little bit down because it was quite warm for the first one. And now I put 2/3 of the ladle and I turn gently. And I try not to have any holes, just like this. And you see all those little holes here, it's a good sign. It means the dough is really with a lot of air in there and the pan is quite warm as well, so it's a really nice sign. It will be really light and fluffy when you eat it. Those are the best crepes ever, I can assure you. I don't think you even had such a good crepe in your life. So when it gets golden like this, you can start to unstick it gently. I can flip it over, just like so. The color is perfect here, as you can see. Woo, the alcohol is coming through here, I can smell it. And actually, yes, the crepes are really thin because it helps the alcohol to just evaporate when it cooks. Well, I'm getting all of it right now, but when you eat it, you should just have the flavor of it, but not the alcohol percentage. I don't think at the time they made a difference and kids had it as well, but well, it was another time, right? Yeah. And actually, for the anecdote, when I was a kid, and well, up to today, but when I was a kid, I had cakes and crepe and stuff with some alcohol, some liquor or some rum in there, but it evaporates when it cooks. It's a really French thing to do. So yeah, you should give it a try. If you don't feel confident giving it to kids, it's alright, but it's really, really good and really tasty. So this one is perfect, as you can see. It's really a simple recipe to do, but with such impact, seriously. Just don't eat them too fast, we never know if there is a lot of alcohol, and don't eat too much of them, we never know. Here we are. When it goes on the side of the pan, don't move it right away because it sticks a bit, so you just wait and then you move it. It smells seriously delicious and they get really soft and a little crispy on the side. It's really amazing. Flip it one more time and now I remove it from the heat. So last one, and then I will show you how I prepare them for eating. So here we are, and I put it here. I am done with all the crepes. I have cooked around 25 crepes, including this smaller one. And now I will show you how to prepare it traditionally for serving. But of course you can also make it like as traditional with some like any jam you would like, any honey that you would like as well. Just simple sugar or some melted chocolate as well would be really nice to go with this. But what I will show you today is a simple butter and sugar agreement for the crepe. First thing, I need to reheat the pan. It needs to be quite hot. And I prepared some white sugar and some salted butter. You can use unsalted one as well, but salted one will be much better. And I have my plate ready for serving. This is really simple to make. I wait for it to be quite warm. So now you will see why I didn't cook them fully, even though they are pretty much ready to eat here. It's alright if you just eat one like this. I just want them slightly more crisp on the outside. So I take the crepe and I will put the upside down. So I will put this one, this side first. Just want it to warm up a little bit and to get a bit more golden. But it won't take long here because we will work on the other side. Then either you use your spatula or your hands. And now you see it started to get a bit more golden. And now we're ready for the butter. So I just take one small cube of butter and I spread it evenly. Well, this much of butter is a bit much actually, but it's fine. You can put a little bit less. But before, you know, back then, they were quite generous with butter back in France. So here it is. And now I spread some sugar on it. I like it to be quite sugary, so I put quite a lot on it actually. Some people prefer a little bit less sugar. And then you fold it just like this, and one more time, just like this. You turn off the heat, and here is your crepe. You see, as simple as this. So the butter is just melted in there with a little bit of hint of salt. So it's a really nice mix. So I will just slice it for you and show you the inside. It's really soft and looking really nice. So you see here, it's really soft as you can see, and it's really buttery inside, and the sugar is all melted. It's what we wanted. And now it's time to enjoy it. Bon appétit bien sûr! Seriously, it's so simple, but it's like tasting heaven in your mouth. It's perfect. I'm just a huge fan of it. And now since I've tried this pancake mix, I don't think I will ever go back to the regular pancake mix that we usually do in France without all the anise, the alcohol and everything. This one is definitely the best. I really advise you to try. If you ever try this recipe, just tell me right in the comments or on my Instagram page as well. I'm really interested to see the result and what you think of it. I hope you will enjoy it, of course. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like button right underneath the video, as well as subscribing to my channel, not to miss any of my upcoming videos, because for sure there will be some more vintage cooking, regular cooking as well, but vintage cooking, that's for sure. I really enjoyed making this video, and I hope you did watching it as well. And I will see you very soon in another one. Bye! Au revoir! And now it's too far. Au revoir!